So this woman from the Church of Satan did this. She's ripping up the Bible. Okay. Now I say the same thing that I say about the Quran as well, that it's needless to just piss people off. But look what Andrew Tate did. Andrew Tate retweeted Fox News's tweet where they showed this clip of Hail Satan, Satan Con, goers, shred Bible, blah, blah, blah. And he says, try the Quran if you're so brave, with a little smiley from the early 2000s, you know, like he didn't use the actual smiley, just colon in this bracket. He said, try the Quran if you're so brave. Bad idea. Now he just encouraged all the Islamophobes to go on and desecrate the Quran. What a stupid move.
But also, Horace, like, what a perfectly peaceful claim from the religion of peace, right? Yeah. To be like, look what happens if you try. Oh, yeah, that might be all right with that book, but wait until you see what happens if you try it with this one. Like, would the religion of peace ever be preaching a message like that? They should be like, burn away, rip away. We're better than Janes. We don't care.
That tweet is such a stupid tweet that I almost thought that he's our agent sent
honestly
by the forces of extremism.
Start a movement of Quran burning, yeah.
No, or just to corrupt the youth of corrupt the Muslim youth. Look at this. Challenge accepted. Ripped pages of the Quran. And Dr. David Wood, I challenge you all to desecrate the Quran. Us, okay, here we go. Andrew Tate, oh my God, you're so mean, blah, blah, blah. Amin Nawabi. He did this a few years ago. There you go. He ripped up the Quran, and I think he ate it.
Some people ate it. I think AP ate it.
Oh my goodness!
He spat on it. Oh, okay. Spit and a rip. Yeah.
And he threw it.
Spit, rip, and chuck. Okay.
Yes. He just encouraged so many people. So David Wood started this whole thread. There you go. Hatun Tash has jumped in. Other people have jumped in. And this thing was trending yesterday. Andrew Tate Quran Challenge. So he challenged people. Now, next to the toilet bowl, the burned pages of the Quran, the people barbecuing it with real IDs. David Wood made Quran origamis.
Quran castle, was it? Yeah.
Quranigami, he calls it. Look at this little mini Kaaba as well.
Quranigami, I like that.
So he started this hashtag. Look at this. 96,000 views, 1,300 likes. There you go. This video as well. This photo that you ended up sharing, this cute little sausage dog standing on the Quran. That backfired big time. So Andrew Tate kind of said that try doing this with the Quran and then see what happens.
Yeah, I hope he's got his fill.
It's the stupid attitude that if anyone comes after the Quran, will just destroy you. That they need to change.
Now I'm starting to think, Horace, is he that stupid that maybe he is out on our team?
This is it. He's angry. He's like, one guy out. That is so stupid of him. This attitude of Muslims that we're going to come after you. If you did this, if you desecrated the Quran, if you
your thuggery and this mafia mobbery, it's not going to work anymore. Well, especially with those of us who have access to a safe place and we know how to use our free speech. It's just going to rile people up more and more. I bet you all of those accounts, if people are doing it on the dark web in countries like Pakistan, over
400,000. They've identified 400,000 accounts doing the worst kind of. This is nothing. This is nothing. They're tattooing names of sacred personalities on the private parts and sharing it among the young teenagers doing that kind of thing. So a lot of people used to ask us that, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to defile the Quran? Why do you have to desecrate it? Blah, blah, blah. This is exactly the reason why. Because they wanted to normalize it. I remember I did not take part when AP and David Wood and Amin Nawabi, when they did all of that. I did not take part in that. Again, I know this is taking it up a notch, but those guys are still alive. But kudos to them for normalizing it to a point that hundreds of people are doing this. And the more they toe this line, that you can't do this, the more it's going to happen. Killing Samuel Paty for showing a cartoon, beheading him in the streets of Paris. In response, in protests and demonstrations, these mindless Pakistanis, they burnt down the 3 cities and got 300 people killed in protests because they were angry at Macron showing the cartoons of Muhammad on government buildings. Look what happened. They normalized it. This is being normalized. So that I reckon the battle has almost been won. Burning the Quran is not that big a deal. That one woman who desecrated the Bible, there was only one woman. As I've said, people don't react to it. Christians don't really react to it. Yes, Fox News and these radical idiots, they try to push the narrative that, we need to fight back. We need to show them. We need to put them in the place. That's a stupid way of doing it. The reason why many number of people around the world do not desecrate the Bible or insult Jesus is because Christians don't react.
Oh, people have been making rolling joints out of Bible pages and using it as toilet paper, and they were made mockery out of even in like US Hollywood movies.
But it's so stupid. But for someone to do that to Jesus or the Bible is so stupid that it's just almost pointless. The person who does it actually comes across as, as disturbed person, not a normal person, because there is no need to do it. But with the Quran, you give us the reason to do it because you're saying that you're going to kill us for doing that. That's the reason. So it's being normalized. So people like Andrew Tate, thank you very much. Well done.
Yeah, I think that's a great way for that to backfire. I mean, the more, especially somebody like him who just has like a large following anyway, that's why I really stay clear of trying to give any of his tweets a time of day. And I didn't even like refer to him, but I just mentioned, I don't like to burn books, but I would still any day have a dog stamp or step all over the Quran for sure. But yeah, the fact that people have just responded, and again, every tiny little push is in our favor. And the movement is like, even me, I that tweet, I would never have imagined in my life that I would be, putting a picture of a dog that's got his like paws on the Quran. Like the Muslim inside me is like, but the ex-Muslim inside me is like, yes, this is time to do this, because it's literally inciting. You're trying to scare us off with threats of violence and threats of repercussions. It doesn't work like that anymore. The tides have changed and the times have changed, and they are moving in our favor now. So it's just simpler as well, because we're on the right side of history. We don't need to defend the crap that you guys need to defend. And we don't need to like try and make sense of things that are just logically incoherent and morally reprehensible. We've got laws that are better than what your Quran codifies. So if people are stamping on it or using it near their toilet bowl, then honestly, not my style, but kudos to them, because you encourage it. Your thuggery encourages this behavior.
And I get asked so many times by so many people in Pakistan and other places to say, should we do this? Should we do this? You need leaders. There are leaders everywhere. In every community, there are leaders. So you don't need to piss them off to a point that if I start encouraging people to start doing it, imagine what's going to happen. I get nearly every month, I get nearly 300,000 to 500,000 views in Pakistan alone. Every month I get them. Even if 2% of them start doing this, if I start actively encouraging that, then see what's going to happen. They're crying with about 400,000 blasphemers in Pakistan. Imagine how the number is going to soar. So very quickly, I want to wrap this up by showing the response of some of these average so-called progressive Muslims. You mentioned, at the back of this Andrew Tate challenge, you showed this photo where there's no racism in that. You're purely coming from a point of critiquing Islam. And you got accused of being in bed with the right-wing supremacists, white supremacists. That's Jawad Hashmi, who wants to be taken as a historical critical scholar. So that's their response. On the one hand, we have to fight with these people who want to behead us for doing that, and then we have to show that, no, hang on, we can do this. And then on the other hand, we have these lipstick Muslims who say, well, that's such a white supremacist-y kind of thing to do. They have no answers, Nuria. They're lost.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.